In this 4-minute vlog, I'll give you 5 ways to avoid slashing thousands off the value of your home in Fife. When does doing up your home end up doing yourself out of money? It's not the opening to a poor joke, but a serious question we thought we'd answer for homeowners in Fife. Not all improvements in home improvements add value to your home's worth in the eyes of the future buyer. It can often be the reverse. Here are 5 things to avoid if you don't want to devalue your property. Planning pain. It's surprising the number of homes we see which have made improvements without the proper planning permission. This can cause significant problems when coming to sell. Just don't do it. I once had a house in Methil that had no planning on the extension, and by the time the solicitor had finished trying to sort it out and the fees that they were charged, it was practically worthless to the people selling it. Poor quality DIY. Badly plastered walls, sloppy painted walls, poorly laid paths, and ill-fitting kitchen doors turn off buyers. If you're getting work done, it often pays to get an expert in, unless you're a whiz at DIY. We still see the ramifications of this in artexing, 5-stone fireplaces, interior wood cladding, half-baked efforts to get electricity to their garage or their shed. Daring decor. If you've decorated your home in unusual far-out colours, you could be putting buyers off at worst, and at best giving them a bargaining tool. Some buyers may try to negotiate on the basis that to get it looking like they want it, it will cost X number of pounds. I'll go back to artexing. Wood chip, especially if it's been painted with vinyl silk. Painting the house in a colour that's impossible to get rid of. I once had a couple that were splitting up, and when I walked into the house to sell it, the whole house was painted black. I couldn't believe it. Then he told me the story how his partner accused him of never cleaning the house and how it was always black. So what did he do? You can work out the rest, but it'll take a few thousand off of what they could have achieved. Cladding calamity. Not such a problem nowadays, but the stone cladding and pebble dashing was once a scourge of successfully selling a home. It does very little favours when it comes to attracting buyers willing to pay the asking price. I'll go back to the 1970s and 1980s fireplaces. Less mess. If your home is untidy and cluttered, it will reduce online interest for starters, and the photos will highlight this. This is the most straightforward tip of all. A big clean-up will add thousands to your home's potential value. Long gone are the days where you walked into a home, saw the potential regardless, moved in and renovated it as you went, almost living in a building site most of the time. Buyers want to see how they can move in and live in a house immediately. However, ultimately, life is for living. So if your current home is your forever home, do what makes you happy, as you're not selling anyway. But if it isn't your happy ever after home, consider the above points carefully. Remember, we see this day in and day out and know most of the things that get your highest value in the shortest time. So if you need some advice, then don't be afraid to ask. If you have anything to add, please feel free to leave a comment, as I'd love to hear from you. Finally, can I ask you to hit that like button and share this post, as it will give the post more social reach, and therefore Facebook will allow more people to see it. Until next time, I'm Jim Parker for Fife Properties TV.